In the heart of the wicked woods, a brave red dragon named Hawk embarks on a dangerous quest. You see, the wicked woods are not an ordinary forest. They are a labyrinth of towering trees, shrouded in shadows, and home to creatures of unimaginable power. It is in these woods that a wicked bear named Grubs has taken refuge. Grubs is no ordinary bear. He is a beast of dark magic, a terror that has been a thorn in the side of all who dare to cross his path. As Hawk ventured deeper into the wicked woods, the atmosphere grew increasingly oppressive. The trees seemed to close in around him, their twisted branches reaching out like grasping claws. Strange whispers echoed through the shadows, and Hawk's instincts warned him of imminent danger. He moved stealthily through the underbrush, his keen eyes scanning the surroundings for any sign of danger from within the darkness. The strange, orange glow from moonlight filtered through the dense canopy, casting eerie patterns on the forest floor. Suddenly, his keen ears picked up the sound of rustling leaves and whispered voices ahead. Hawk approached stealthily, his hand resting on the hilt of his enchanted sword. As he neared the source of the commotion, suddenly, Hawk's heart sank at the sight before him. A group of wood elves trapped within cages grown from the twisted branches of the awoken trees. Their faces bore expressions of silent anguish, and their eyes pleaded for freedom. Hawk approached cautiously, his heart heavy with sorrow and anger. "Fear not," he said softly, his voice carrying reassurance. "I will free you from this wretched place." Using his knowledge of ancient magic, Hawk began to unravel the enchantments binding the cages. The wood elves watched with hopeful eyes as the branches receded, allowing them to step out into the moonlit clearing. "Thank you, noble hunter," one of the wood elves spoke gratefully. "We were imprisoned by the dark forces that haunt these woods. Be wary, for danger lurks around every tree." Hawk nodded solemnly. "I seek to vanquish this darkness and restore peace to these lands. Can you tell me more about the dark entity of this wicked forest?" The wood elves exchanged troubled glances before one spoke again, her voice barely a whisper. "Granny Ursula is an ancient hag, powerful and malevolent. Her minions are twisted creatures, quicklings, redcaps, and cursed beings like the Dampier spawns. Beware their tricks and traps." Hawk took the lead, guiding the wood elves through the tangled undergrowth with purposeful strides. He knew the dangers that lurked in the shadows, would not take kindly to their escape. As they hurried away from the heart of the wicked woods, Hawk's senses remained on high alert. He scanned the surroundings for any sign of danger, his ears tuned to the slightest rustle of leaves. In the midst of the despair, a glimmer of hope sparks in the eyes of the elves. They see, in Hawk, a beacon of freedom. Their hearts, though filled with sorrow, leaven at the sight of him. Could he be their savior, their key to freedom? Hawk, sensing their hope, he will not leave the elves to their fate. He will not allow the wicked woods to consume their spirit. In the face of darkness, he pledges to be their light. With courage in his heart and fire in his belly, Hawk plunges into the depths of the wicked woods. As Hawk and the elves make their way through the wicked woods, a sinister presence lurks in the shadows. The air grows colder, the light dimmer, and a sense of dread seeps into the hearts of our brave group. This sinister presence is none other than Granny Ursula Bone Chewer, the wicked sorceress whose name is whispered with fear and trepidation. This old crone, shrouded in mystery and dark magic, has been pursuing Hawk and the elves with a relentless determination. Her eyes, as cold as ice and as hard as obsidian, are fixed on her prey, her mind filled with wicked intentions. The forest around them seems to echo her dark desires, the wind whispering her name in a chilling chorus. Ursula's dark magic is a force to be reckoned with. It's a chilling combination of spells and curses, designed to entrap and ensnare. She uses it to manipulate the environment around her, turning the very forest against Hawk and the elves. The trees seem to reach out with gnarled fingers, the shadows grow longer, and the paths twist and turn in confusing patterns. It's as if the wicked woods themselves are in league with Ursula, aiding her in her pursuit. Suddenly, a low rumble filled the air, and the ground trembled beneath his feet. "We must hurry," Hawk urged, gesturing for the wood elves to follow him. "The forest is not safe for any of us." A cacophony of shrieks and cries echoed through the forest, causing Hawk's heart to race. He glanced back and saw a horde of awoken spider trees lurching forward, their twisted branches reaching out like menacing claws. "We're not alone," Hawk shouted, urging the wood elves to pick up the pace. "Keep moving, and don't look back." The wood elves scrambled to obey, their hearts pounding with fear as they ran after Hawk, their footsteps echoing through the darkness. The wood elves ran with renewed urgency, their feet pounding against the forest floor as they raced to escape the pursuing creatures. Hawk stayed close, his eyes scanning the terrain for any possible route to safety. The spider trees closed in, their monstrous forms looming ominously behind them. Hawk knew they had to keep moving, or they would be overtaken by Granny Ursula's dark minions. They know they must keep moving, must keep pushing forward, for to stop would mean falling into Ursula's clutches. This is a race against time, a race against dark magic, a race for their very lives. The pursuit is on, and there's no turning back. In a desperate bid to save the elves, Hawk faces off against Ursula in a battle of wills. The age-old feud between dragon and hag takes a perilous turn, as the wicked woods become a battleground of magic and might. Hawk, the red dragon, valiant and determined, squares off against Granny Ursula, the bone chewer. But this is no ordinary hag. Ursula is a creature of dark magic, her powers as vast as they are terrifying. With a primal roar, Hawk unleashed his true form, a majestic red dragon, his scales gleaming in the moonlight. He faced the oncoming horde with fierce determination, his claws slashing through the air as he fought to protect the wood elves. The spider trees lunged forward, their massive forms crashing against Hawk's armored hide. He retaliated with blasts of searing fire, engulfing the creatures in flames. But Granny Ursula's power was vast, and she was not about to let her minions be defeated so easily. With a wave of her hand, she summoned dark vines from the forest floor, their serpentine forms snaking around Hawk's limbs with crushing force. Hawk roared in defiance as the vines tightened their grip, constricting his movements. He fought with all his might, but he was outnumbered and outmatched by Granny Ursula's dark magic. It's not just her claws that Hawk needs to fear, it's the sinister enchantments she wields that pose a real threat. As Hawk and Ursula lock eyes, a palpable tension fills the air. Ursula, with a wicked grin, begins to chant in an ancient tongue. The woods respond to her call, the very air around them starts to twist and turn. Suddenly a dark vortex forming, a swirling mass of shadows and despair. Hawk, recognizing the danger, attempts to break free. Hawk struggled against the relentless vines, his wings beating furiously as he tried to break free. The forest grew darker, the sounds of battle fading into an eerie silence. But the trap is too strong. The vortex pulls at him, drawing him closer and closer. Despite his struggle, Hawk's strength begins to wane. Granny Ursula's minions surrounded Hawk, their eyes glinting with malicious glee. He was outnumbered and trapped, his powers dampened by the oppressive magic of the wicked woods. It's as if the vortex is draining him, leeching his vitality. Hawk glared defiantly at the hag. "Release me and face me in battle, foul creature." The elves watch in horror as their savior fights a losing battle. Their eyes wide with terror, their hearts pounding in their chests. They had hoped for a miracle, for Hawk to swoop in and lead them to safety. But now their champion is being swallowed by Ursula's dark magic. Their hope dissipates, replaced by a cold, gnawing fear. Hawk glared defiantly at Granny Ursula, his spirit unbroken despite his dire circumstances. "You may have captured me, hag, but you will never break my will." Granny Ursula cackled with delight, her laughter echoing through the forest. "Oh, I have no intention of breaking you, dragon. I have much grander plans for you." With a wave of her hand, Granny Ursula chanted dark incantations, enveloping Hawk in a shroud of swirling magic. Before he could react, Hawk felt his consciousness slipping away, drawn into the depths of darkness. With one final roar, Hawk is pulled into the vortex. The woods fall silent, the vortex vanishes, leaving behind a chilling emptiness. Hawk, the red dragon, their protector, is gone. Trapped in Ursula's realm, a world of shadows and despair. With Hawk trapped in Ursula's realm, the elves are left alone and vulnerable in the wicked woods. Their journey to safety has taken a dire turn, their fate now uncertain. As the reality of their situation sinks in, the elves can't help but wonder, will they ever escape the wicked woods? With their protector gone, the elves must muster their courage to continue their journey. The echoes of Hawk's bravery reverberate within them, inspiring them to press forward. The wicked woods, once a place of confinement, now serve as a crucible, forging their spirits in the fires of adversity. The elves march on, their spirits unbroken, their resolve unwavering. They cling to the hope that Hawk, their brave red dragon, will break free from Ursula's dark magic. As the elves disappear into the darkness, the question remains, will Hawk escape Ursula's realm and rejoin his newfound friends? The story of their journey is far from over. It's a tale of courage, resilience, and hope, a saga that continues to unfold with each passing moment. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this adventure, be sure to like and subscribe to the Dragon Emperor Stories. Remember, every subscriber becomes another valiant dragon rider in the mystical realm of Qualth. So join us on this epic journey.